Hey, hey, okay, hey. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the Scottie Show. Today, man, I have a very special guest from Kill Me Lord, Lexik, man. How you feeling?
Bro, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling high. I smoked a couple bowls before I got here, and I've been getting high as fuck lately. I stopped taking dabs, took a tea break before that. Been smoking only after like 5 p.m. and like I'm cooling. It's cool. I'm getting high as fuck again.
Yeah, I
How
feel
you
you on
feeling,
that.
Scotty?
I feel good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm just chilling, man. Just chilling. For the people that don't know who Lexik is, man, who's Lexik?
I'm a creator. I'm human. I'm a character. I'm like and I be doing shit, you know?
Oh
I
yeah.
do a lot of things. So like creator is like what I call myself at this point.
Yeah. What is like I know you do like things with like music and like I fuck with your music and I fuck with, like the sounds you make. And like how did you like get into like, that realm of just being a creator? Like have you always been that way or like was this something that you was like some people just like find it out later on in like their years of living and they're like, "Oh, I can do this." And like did you always know you could do this or did it like take time for you to like build like that confidence up?
Damn, that's a good ass question. I'm really glad you asked that shit. Okay, so like when I was a kid, I don't really think about this, but like my dad and I would make claymate or not claymation. I think we did some claymation, but we did like stop motion videos. So
Yeah.
like we'd go in like I think it was Windows Movie Maker or some shit with our clips, and picture by picture we'd sort out my fucking action figures and shit and have them battle or some shit, and then
Yeah.
we edit it together in Windows Movie Maker. So like right from the get go about, and I was like, that was probably when I was like eight ish, probably. I was
Mhm.
like already into like creating and
Yeah.
then playing piano like around the same time. Like I really started getting into like piano. Maybe that was a little bit later, looking up YouTube tutorials on how to play songs and shit and like
Mm,
just like playing piano and like, getting into that musical portion. But
mm,
and my dad and he shot a fucking video of me being like a news broadcaster. Like I
yeah,
had like he cut up pictures of like newspaper, right? And he glued
mm,
them like the different sections, Mod Podge, into
mm,
like our own article. And so I
yeah,
had the thing and I said like, what is going on, everybody? I'm Christopher from Channel 7 News or whatever, and this is the news, and then I'd
yeah,
read it off and shit. So I was kind of like always in like that like camera type shit. So
mm-hmm.
like whether it was on me or on something else, I was like from the get go, I guess, into recording, into like editing and like creating as a whole.
Dude, that's dope as fuck. So you pretty much had like your parents like always like supported like you being like creative and just being a creative person. Would you say that?
Yeah, yeah. My parents were always super supportive of all the shit I did. Like creating shit growing up. Like, I used to be a Roblox YouTuber, and like,
Um,
and like, so I used to be doing that shit, and it was like they were super supportive of that, and like let me do all that shit, and like help me whenever they could, and like whenever I was out recording in the living room because I wasn't allowed to have a computer in my own bedroom, they would
yeah.
like go into their bedroom when I'd say I'm recording until I was done, so they wouldn't be like walking out behind me during the recording or like
Mhm.
so so yeah, they were always super supportive and encouraging, and so it was really cool having that support.
Dude, that's dope as fuck. Like, so when you started like making music and stuff, like how did that all like kick off? Like when did that like, start going into effect?
So I was playing piano, and after that, when I turned probably around like 15, I started playing guitar. But like, it wasn't until I was 16, and that was in like 2017 ish, that I
Mm,
like really started getting into like doing vocals and like actually recording shit and like really doing shit,
mm,
when I started rapping and shit. And that was with like I started that shit with my brother one off, and I was just listening to fucking I was super into the weekend. So I had a ton of like unreleased weekend shit downloaded onto my phone. So during school I'd be listening to my playlist, and this unreleased weekend song came on that was The Weekend featuring Belly's song Might Not. That
Mm.
song's a fucking banger, but
Yeah,
it
it
had a
is.
demo that was like completely different from like the original like or the official song, and it was downloaded to my phone. And in that song, there was an open verse in it, like there were like no vocals in it, and I
Mm.
was like, ooh, this shit kind of make me want to rap. Like I could like write something to this. I've been doing
Yeah.
poetry for a few years before that, writing rhymes and like getting the cadence and shit. And I was like, I could like lay vocals to this. You know, that inspired me being super into the weekend and finding that like instrumental on my phone. And I talked to my bro and I'm like, hey, you want to make something to this? And so we made a song about Pizza Hut with my fucking Blue Snowball and Audacity, and
That's crazy.
it was, yeah, it was a good time.
So like so when that all happened for you, like when did like the Kill Me Lord situation like, arise? Like how did that like relationship like spring up?
That was like, man, years have been going by hella fast for me ever since I've been like doing music. Like I've been like creating and like so much shit's been happening. I've been meeting so many people, talking to so many people and like making so much shit that like it's hard to tell sometimes like exactly when, but I feel like it was like 2 years ago, a year
Mm.
ago maybe, when I think Vlad hit me up on the Kill Me Lord account, and he tweeted and he was like, "Open the gates?" Question mark, question mark, question mark. And I was like, "Hell yeah, let me in." And so I was like one of the first members. I think Frosty said it was Frosty and Vlad, and they were like the first two. And then I think like there was Phoenix, and I forget, but I was like, I think I was like the seventh ish member added, maybe eighth ish.
Oh, that's dope. How
Yeah.
was like, and then once that like popped off, like how like did like your network like change and like who you was like working with? Did that all just like, like was it like a lot like at first when you first like joined it and you had like it's pretty much like a lot of people in like that in that collective, so like was
Hmm.
it kind of hard to catch up with like everyone like that just became a part of Kill Me Lord after that, like once things like started like rolling for Kill Me Lord?
Well, it was it's cool. It's always been cool. It was never like too overwhelming. I've been in like groups before, like my old group, Remember Last Night,
Mm,
which is no longer active, and like I'm in Audio Piracy, and before that I was in Umbrella, which is now defunct. But you know, I've been in groups, so like I'm kind of used to having like a bunch of people talking and shit and like
mm,
coordinating. But the difference in Kill Me Lord that like was different than all my other experiences is I really felt like family in there. I
mm.
really felt like I was like heard and shit, and like everybody acknowledged me, and like you know, like low key, like there was never any issues with anything. Like I just felt like I was a member. I was treated as an equal in all aspects by everybody, and it was like, you know, it's just like
It's
it
a
felt
good
like family.
feeling.
Huh? It's a
It's
good
like a
feeling.
good
Yeah, yeah,
feeling,
yeah.
yeah.
It's just like it's like actual family, you feel me? And like Remember Last Night was that only other feeling that I had, and that was my own personal group, which was like me and my best friends type shit. And like
Yeah.
all of us, or at least most of us, are still like best friends. So it's like, you know, everything's still all good, but it's like, you know, that feeling of like family rather than just like being in a group type
Like
shit. Like,
coworkers.
yeah, no, not like coworkers, but like
No, I'm saying like you don't want that feeling like sometimes like when you in like collectives and stuff like that and it doesn't feel like a family, it feels like more of like a business and y'all kind of feel like coworkers. Like you work with this person every day, but you don't really like them. And like you know what I'm saying? Like when you work with like a coworker at work, bro, like you just be like, oh, gotta see this motherfucker again. Like you ever felt like that when you work in a regular job and shit?
mm, yeah, yeah, I used to work at Dairy Queen. That shit sucked. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't ever want to be in a collective and it feels like you're working at Dairy Queen. like
yeah, 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 yeah. And like it never like I don't know, like you know, it's cool being in a collective, but it's like it's just like sometimes I'm like talked over or like, you know, like nobody will acknowledge my point or type shit or like talk over me basically or like
yeah.
just like certain people like just like I don't know, they don't like
They feel like your
doesn't feel like they
opinion.
accept me as much, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone accepted me and Kill Me Lord like right off the rip, and it was like
Hmm.
it was just cool. It's always been cool, like hella cool. I'm
Yeah, I
really
like
appreciative.
Yeah, I like how like diverse and like how like it's just different. That's why I like Kill Me Lord. Like that's why I support y'all. Like and that's
Mm.
like y'all really do give off like super family vibes and stuff like that. And like I see y'all working. Were you in Houston? You were at the Houston show?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I was
It's like
documenting the vlog and shit. I recorded the
that's
whole
dope.
vlog, which vlog should be coming out hella soon. Not sure the exact date. I'm gonna be in touch with Vlad to get an exact date on that shit, and then we're gonna have day one out. We got day two, day three, day four, day five. We got shit lined up for that Houston vlog shit. But yeah, I was there, and it was hella awesome.
That's dope as fuck. Yeah, it was dope as hell to like see y'all do that and like all y'all link up and like and just see like I like seeing like collectives like even if y'all do live in like different states and like different counties and cities and stuff like that, like seeing like people just all come together and like whether like y'all all get a house and stuff like that, y'all all are working, y'all being creative, y'all pushing each other, like that is like what I really like to see out of like collectives. And you don't really see that much nowadays. And like y'all and Seraphim are like really like pushing like that kind of like wave right now with like the collectives. Like it kind of makes me look at like I feel like a lot of people look at like collectives a lot differently in the underground right now because of y'all. And I feel like y'all set like a really good example for what y'all doing. Like whether like if Kill Me Lord lasts forever or if it lasts, like 3 5 years, same with Seraphim, like y'all still like set a really good example. And like that's something I want to like, document, like put a stamp on, like right there. Y'all really do like y'all do y'all thing for real, for real.
Yeah, I really agree. It's cool to see like, groups that are like really like you could sense you could see the family in it, just by
Mm-hmm.
like the timeline and shit. Like you're saying, like Seraphim, like you could always see that shit by like everyone's always supporting each other and you could see the
Mm-hmm.
love on the timeline. Like shout out Seraphim. All their members are fucking sick and it's cool having a few shared members from Seraphim now and Kill Me Lord, you feel me, from
Mm-hmm.
that little that little um fuck what's the
Collective.
right word,
I don't know.
inductment or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
but
nah. Like one thing it would be dope to see if y'all had like a collab like merch, like a Kill Me Lord, like cross like Seraphim like merch. That would be pretty sick. Like
mm,
I like the look of like Kill Me Lord with like the castle and stuff like that, like Kill Me Lord, and then Seraphim. Seraphim is like the highest level of angel. So like that would be a dope, like I could definitely make like some dope ass like merch. Have you ever like I know you like you do like the whole like do you ever you do graphic design or anything like that?
yeah, I do graphic design on the low. I don't really like push it too much, except for usually like when I drop something and I do the art and I say art done by me in case somebody does hit me up and is like, "Yo, can I get an art done by you?" type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just like to do commissions and shit because the extra money always helps for fucking buying all the shit that I need. But it's like fucking shit. Remind me, I'm high as fuck. My
No,
bad.
dude, you good, bro. No, like my I was gonna ask you, I was like, have you ever thought about doing the merch for Kill Me Lord? Like when we gonna see some Kill Me Lord merch? Like are we gonna see like when we gonna see like the hats, the hoodies and stuff? I wonder when that's gonna start rolling out. When do y'all
Mm.
rolling out that stuff?
Mm. I'm pretty active in the chat, but there are some conversations that sometimes I do miss. But with that being said, from what I am aware of, I haven't seen too much talk about doing merch. As far as I'm aware, I think we're just waiting for like the right shit, like because like
Yeah,
the merch got to be fire as fuck. It's got to be
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit that like is like really good shit and like you know
Yeah, no,
we're
I
always
feel
trying to
you,
have shit be like fire as fuck, because that's the goal, having
yeah.
everything be fire as fuck and that type of shit.
Yeah, bro. What kind of like what kind of like inspiration do you draw from? Like sometimes like when I write or like do stuff like sometimes I like to have like a movie on silent. Sometimes I like to have like an anime playing while it's on silent. Sometimes I like to have like different things like going on. Like I like to like watch like ocean like waves and stuff like that playing in the background. What kind of stuff like inspires you? And like what kind of things like bring like nostalgia back? Because I feel like nostalgia is like a big like part of creativity and being like inspired to do things. Like what kind of things like inspire you? What kind of things do you have around you that inspire you to keep on like being creative?
Mm, damn, that's another really fucking good question. I got like, I mean, I got some like shit hanging up on my wall. Like I got like a D&D map from like when me and my dad played D&D when I was a kid. I got some like Pokemon booster cards and like a deck on the wall and like the Houston posters signed by everybody or almost everybody,
Mm,
and like other type of shit that I got for like inspiration. But like me personally, like I actually get most of my inspiration from other artists,
mm,
like just like hearing everybody's other music and like being like, oh man, that shit's sick. I want to incorporate, like take influence from some of that shit, like some people really fucking blow me away,
mm.
like fucking in Houston, Frosty. Like hearing Frosty go in specific and like seeing how he recorded and just like how he went about it and how he sounded was just like, man,
I heard
like
he does
that
it
dude
like I
just
heard he
like
does it
punched
super
in.
quick.
I
Yeah, I heard he
tracked
does it
that
super
dude and
quick.
he just punched in super fucking quick,
Yeah.
and he was like he was working hella fast, and like it was just like, I don't know, I really fuck with Frosty. His music is so good. I've been like listening to the fuck out of Frosty lately, but like
No, I really think
the
like I be
artists
telling
mainly,
him I be telling him like I be having like short little conversations with him and stuff, and I just always tell him to just like stay focused and like watch what you're spending your time on, and like one thing I like to tell to like artists that are like working like 9 to 5s and stuff like that, because a lot of people like don't like to talk about the fact that they are working regular jobs and like trying to like build like their music or build like whatever. Like people have to like be financially responsible, and they have to be time responsible. So like how much time and
mm,
effort you put into like your like whatever you put your time into, like if you put your time into just like playing video games when you get after 9 to 5, you then lost like 5 extra hours of working on your content, working on your music, working on whatever. And then next thing you know, you've been doing that for the last 4 days. And next thing you know, like people, because people forget about like people for some reason now in music, they will forget about you really, really fast if you're not like outputting. Like how like are you do you believe in like being consistent, like super consistent as an artist? Do you believe in that, like dropping frequently, dropping and when I mean consistently, I mean like dropping like maybe every week, every 2 weeks, or every month, not every 6 months because that's crazy, or every 3 months. How
yeah.
consistent do you think you should be as an artist and as a creator?
I mean, okay, before I say this, I'm not the most consistent. Like there are times where like I'll drop like a few songs in like a month type shit, and then there'll
Mm-hmm.
be times where it's like it's 2 or 3 months until a new song comes out, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's like almost like out of the blue, here's like a 6 song to like 12 song project type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like and so like um uh, I believe that being, dropping like at least 2 songs a month is
Yeah.
like really good as an artist. And like that's something that like I kind of work towards, but at the same time, it's like low key, like you're saying, I'm both wolves. Both of those wolves are inside of me. Like I
Mm-hmm.
be playing hella video games. I ain't
Bro,
gonna
same,
be
bro. I like
lying.
playing video games.
Like I play the fuck out of video games and it takes up a lot more time than I'd like to say, but it's
Yeah,
like it's my guilty pleasure, bro. Give me some
yeah,
fucking zombies, give me some Pokemon and Pokemon Go type shit,
yeah.
I love that shit, but it's like also I do be creating and shit, but a lot of the shit I be making isn't just like songs where I'm doing vocals, because I'm doing
Mm,
like a lot of mixing work. I'm doing a lot of well, lately I haven't been doing a lot of beats, but like features type shit. I've been doing a lot of features, but it's like when I get in that like vibe where I'm like, yeah, I got something. I'm fucking ready. I'm feeling it type shit. Then I'm laying that shit down and
yeah,
but so for me, I'd like to be more consistent, as dropping, and that's something I'm working towards. But you know, I be working hella, and like I need to play less video games. I
yeah,
do.
yeah. No, bro. So I work a regular like I work a regular job too. I work a 9 to 5 or whatever. But like one thing that like it was this quote from like Joe Rogan, and he was just like, cause he was talking about when he was like just living in Boston, because that's where he's from, and he would just say like when he would work like a 9 to 5 and he got off work, he said, "Yo, like he's like he pretty much said like work after you leave work, do your passions like you're trying to save your life."
Mm.
Like that, was what really like stuck with me. I was like, yo, like, cause working a 9 to 5, like especially like creators do not like working regular jobs, like being straight up. Like no one
Mm.
like create people that are creative and they want to create and they want to get paid off their creations. They don't want to work like a 9 to 5. That's pretty much like suicide to a creator. Like no lie, because like it honestly drains you of creativity. Working like and sometimes it can be in addition to your creativity, depending on what kind of job you're working, but it can be, I call it like spiritual suicide because like your soul wants to create, like the inner you wants to be a creator. You want to be creative all day. You want to like wake up in the morning and like do whatever you want. You don't want to wake up in the morning and
Mhm.
be like, oh fuck, I'm like a minute late, and then your fucking boss comes and be like, hey, you're a minute late. Like you don't want to hear that fucking bullshit like in the morning. You want to wake up in the morning and be like, all right, I'm doing whatever I want, and I'm gonna be creative, and I'm gonna put my art out there, and people are gonna enjoy it. And like and yeah, it's like it's like the two wolves, like you said, like because you can really get caught up in just being comfortable with the day to day, and like that shit can just like that time adds up, and next thing you know 3 years done passed by, a year done passed by, and like you put out this much,
Mhm.
and like you see all these other people outputting, what I'm saying, like how many other people want to be creative too. There's millions of other people that got the same dream as you, and then there's other people that are in that 1% that are music that made it in music, that make money off music.
Yeah.
And they drop, and look at how consistent they drop. Like look at NBA Youngboy, look at Ralphie LaPlug. They drop every week and they've already made like millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they're dropping like they're trying to make it still. So like I try to like, it's like a measuring stick, like, yo, how bad do you like and I hate to say this to people, but like how bad do you really want it? And like I had that conversation with myself, like, how bad do I really want this shit? Like, and like you, like I always have that conversation with myself, and like it's a good it's like an honest conversation that like have with yourself as well. And do you guys like in Kill Me Lord, like all like with anyone else besides like anyone else in Kill Me Lord, do you have someone that you can like, and this is like important for artists to have, like, and just creators in general, do you have someone that you can like tell you like, yo man, you got to do this, you got to be you got to be doing this a little bit more better, you got to be doing that a little bit more better? Do you have someone that you can go to for creative criticism?
Yeah, yeah. Vlad in specific is like the biggest pusher. Like he told me that I need to have more videos. I need to be doing more videos and I need to be like having my face in it, like high
Yeah,
quality videos type shit, not like Lakeside Industries where like my face was all red, or 20 where like you can't see my shit because it's all distorted and shit.
yeah,
Cause
yeah.
like but like that's like the aesthetic I was going for with those songs. Like I wanted that super crunchy, like
Hmm.
bit crushed almost type shit. But
Now
like
the
he's
kids
like, you
want to
need
see
more.
your the kids want to see you. The people want to see you now. Like it's weird now. Like back in like 2016, 2018, and like oh yeah, I would say like from 2015 to like 2018, like doing that shit, like that was like the super wave, and you could like do that shit. But for now, for some reason, people just want to see your face. They want to see the artist like do their art. You know what I'm saying? Like and how do you feel about that? And also, I want you to finish your answer for the person that you can go to criticism for.
Oh, you're good. I feel like honestly, it's really cool because it's like it makes having. I like feeling like fan acceptance is like a big thing for me because like as an artist I feel I don't like artists who are like disconnected from their community. You feel me? I like artists who are engaged with the community, who like interact with the community and like actually acknowledge fucking, people fucking with them in the comments and shit. Like people who actually show love to their communities. And I like to do that shit too. It'd be like more stressful if we had a ton of people type shit because it's like,
Mm,
and I noticed that is like once you have so many people, you can't like everybody's tweet, but
yeah,
it's like me as the nice guy, I like to be able to fucking like everybody who replies to my tweet. I fucking love it when people like actually say like, yo, your shit's really hard or some shit. And I'm like, thank you, man. Like, that shit means a lot to me. And I like to show appreciation for that. So it's like,
yeah,
I don't know, it's cool that the artist is getting known and not just, the songs. Cause in this like in the social media age, it's like you don't get to know just the song on the radio.
mm,
You actually kind of get to know the person more because you go through their fucking Twitters and Instagram, you follow them and like you see what they be doing and shit. And like you know, it's cool. And so I fuck with that. But on the topic of creative influence, like Vlad, like I was saying, he pushes me hella, and he's like, he's always there to tell me like, yo, I think you should do this. Or Flipper is another big one, because Flipper is so talented. He's my best friend, and not only is he my best friend, but he's so fucking ridiculously talented. He be a producer and an engineer. He don't really be doing like much vocal shit, but like his productions are insane. So versatile. Like he plays instruments, at least like guitar. He's really fucking he be shredding on guitar, making beautiful
Mm,
ass music, doing like synthwave shit, metal shit. He produced quite a few songs, including unreleased, for fucking Volume Warning. Like he
crazy.
be doing all kinds of crazy shit. And so I could be going to him and asking him for like, how can I improve, like what would you do, like what can I do for the mix, like type shit. And like he'll always be like, yo, I think you should do this or that, and I'll be like, okay, cool, and I'll take that like hella to heart, because like he inspires me big. His music is like fucking top tier to me, like
Yeah.
definitely top tier producer. So
Oh, who were you listening to growing up, music wise? Like it could be like rock, whatever. Cause I fuck with like rock. I was fucking with like Papa Roach. I was fucking with System of a Down and stuff like that. Linkin Park when I was growing up. I listened to country music because I'm from the Midwest. Like I pretty much like got like a like from like underground hip hop, mainstream hip hop, rap, pop punk, like rock, country like rock, like that Johnny Cash like kind of style type country. And like who were you like listening to like growing up? You listen to Christian music, bro?
man, you were listening to such cool shit, bro. When I was growing up, that's crazy. I was listening to like uh, when I really got into music, like around like middle school, and like when I got like my first MP3 player, like that's really when I started getting into music and like downloading it. And it's like
Yeah.
I'd be listening to hella like Hollywood Undead, or like 303,
I fuck with Hollywood on
or
that.
oh man, still one of my favorite bands. But fucking like 303. I was also listening to like EDM shit, like big EDM hits,
I fuck with EDM too.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
like those those pages on YouTube, like Benny, what's his name, Benny something with Skrillex, the Cinema song. You are cinema, like
oh
that
yeah, oh,
shit.
yeah, yeah,
There was an
yeah.
EDM remix with a T-Rex. Like I'd be bumping that shit, and
Mm,
like I don't know, like all kinds of shit, and like Weird Al, like parodies type shit,
mm.
like eat it, open up your mouth and feed it, like that shit. Like I don't know, I fucked with that shit heavy too growing up. Like I saw Weird Al. He was one of the first people I ever saw, like actual established musician, I think, other than there was a different band. I forget their name though, but Weird Al was the first important one that I saw, and it was like, I
That's
listen
dope.
to weird shit.
Yeah, yeah. No, bro, I feel you. Like I listened to like this one group from South Africa called Die Antwoord, and like they would make like some weird shit. Like they had this song called I Think You Freaky. Like I think you're freaky and I like you a
Oh,
lot.
I've heard that song. Yeah,
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 yeah.
that song like
That's on
sexy
fire.
bias. Yeah, like that song like I fuck with like a hella like I was people thought I was weird, like I was on like the Tyler Creator wave, like the I Future Wolfgang Kill Them All. Like people thought like it was weird listening to Tyler. I remember when people like thought it was completely weird to listen to Tyler Creator. I remember when people thought you were an atheist or whatever or a devil worshiper if you listen to Tyler Creator. Like I was buying the shirts with the upside down crosses and shit like that. Like I was definitely like on that kind of like wave shit, and people didn't really like expect that because like a lot of like black kids like weren't like really like into like that shit like back then. And like they weren't even listen they weren't even most kids like where I'm from, they weren't into like Papa Roach or stuff like that. I was lucky enough because I just had like hella like diverse friend groups. Like I was friends with like kids from the hood, middle class black kids, and then like I had white homies that I had trailer tracks, like skateboarding homies, like that was just like on some dirty white boy shit with like they vans, like ripped up tank tops and shit like that. Like I used to kick it around them. I had Christian white kids that was my homies, like, and they would like play their shit. So like I was just able to like have like a super like I was just grateful enough to have like a diverse like friend group. So I was just able to absorb like so much different lifestyles and like see things from like different like lenses and shit. and it kind of like just opened me up to like being more receptive to like different sounds of music, because I know a lot of people like to like make fun of like SoundCloud rappers and stuff like that and make it like a meme and shit like that, and like that shit's not a fucking meme. Like like it's only a meme if like you actually care about music. I see the guitar, behind you. I see that you invest in like all like the music equipment and stuff like that. And you drop on
Mhm.
SoundCloud, and I'm pretty sure you drop on Spotify and Apple Music and other things like that as well.
Yes,
And
sir.
to all like my other like and to all underground artists, y'all need to get a distro kit or something like that. A distro kit is only $20 a year. It's only $20 a
Best
year. And
investment. Best
yeah, yeah,
investment ever. Don't go with the fucking free shit. At
yeah,
least fucking route note. I don't like route note. I think they just took like forever to drop my shit type shit. But it's like for the
yeah,
$20 a year plan on DistroKid, bro, you click upload, it's out in like 2 or 3 days. At
yeah,
least on like Spotify and Apple Music. Like that shit out like that.
yeah,
And it's like
yeah,
it's like you pay a little bit more, you can time those releases. It's worth it. Worthy investment. I agree. I think everybody should at least have a fucking distributor.
yeah.
Get your shit out to fucking Spotify and fucking Apple Music and fucking TikTok and get that shit out there, because like that's the shit that like people really be listening on these days.
Yes, facts. And like I still think that like you can find like dope ass rappers on SoundCloud and shit. And like I don't think SoundCloud is dead. It's just that people are just like people hella artists still drop on SoundCloud. It's just people are just gravitating to like these other platforms, Apple Music and Spotify. Apple Music and Spotify just gonna be like SoundCloud in the next like year or two. Like you can pay, it's gonna be a time where you can already buy playlist placements. You can buy that shit now.
Mm,
You don't like
that
just like
shit's
how you
dumb.
just like how you can pay for like like SoundCloud reposts. Like that's what it's gonna like turn into. You're gonna have artists paying for because like when I was I had like someone shared the sauce with me. When I was like rapping and shit like that, I drop music just for myself now. I used to drop music to like like I wanted to be a rapper, I wanted to do this or that, and like I found like other things I like doing. I like documenting rappers and artists and stuff now, and like comedians and shit. But someone gave me the sauce, and they was like sending me all these different like these Twitter accounts and like these platforms and these emails where you can literally pay like $1,200 and you can get Spotify and Apple Music playlist placements easy, just like that. We're like, like easy as fuck. So like it's gonna turn into that shit is eventually gonna turn into like you're gonna have smaller people, and it's just like Rap Caviar. Rap Caviar is just a Spotify account. That this is literally just like how we have Spotify accounts. It's a Spotify account that just has its own playlist. You're gonna start getting these famous people that have like their own personal playlists, and they can be like, "Yo, pay me $50 and you can be on my playlist." Like that's what's literally gonna turn into.
I feel like I think that shit mid. I think that's mid as fuck, because it's like when you have a playlist, and this is like the way I go about it, right? Like there's other ways to make money. You feel me? There's other ways to hustle and make the money that you're trying to fucking get, that you get from fucking playlist placements and shit.
Yeah,
I feel like that shit kills playlists in my
yeah.
eyes, because it's like when I make
It's not
playlists
real.
and shit, yeah. When I make playlists and shit, and the only playlists that I really make are like for myself. Sometimes I'll post them online if anybody wants a music list, but those are like my actual playlists.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's only music that like I really like, that I think's really fucking good. And like if
yeah,
you were to be like an actual playlister, and like people go to a playlist, I feel like I don't usually do playlists. I do my discovery daily on title type shit and the shit that I
hmm
find and add to my own. But I feel like when people go to playlists, they want something that they can fucking trust is good ass music. Like if they're trying to playlist while they're playing fucking games, or trying to playlist while they're just like going around and shit. No,
yeah,
I don't think anybody likes changing the fucking song. I don't. I want a playlist that's like consistently good. So if there's like some lame ass artists that got on the art playlist because like they paid $50, it's like, bruh, you know how many other playlists low key that I could find that would have fire ass music that don't have like mid ass people because they paid $50?
yeah.
Like
And
that's
then
just my take on it, you know?
no, no, and it's just like you could have someone that's not even connected to the music culture or the underground culture, like because you can get followers once you make an account on Spotify. you can get followers without being a rapper, without being without being an actual artist. People can just follow your Spotify and they can see your playlists and
Mm.
stuff like that. So you could be someone that's not even connected to the culture and be like you can just be someone that's like TikTok famous or like fucking Instagram famous or whatever. You can be like, yo, I'm a fucking like I got my own music playlist. If you guys want a placement, like just give me like $100 and like you can be on my music playlist and have no connection to the music culture whatsoever and like just exploit. It's just like more means to exploit. That's how I look at SoundCloud reposts. It was for like when I've seen like some of my favorite rappers do that shit, I was like, yo, you're pretty much exploiting like your fan base and like exploiting like that. I look at that as exploiting, bro. But we're gonna end on some positive shit, man. What you got coming up next? For the people that like fuck with your music and stuff, man. What you got coming next?
For the people that fuck with my music, I'm working on a little project that's my debut producer project. I don't think I've said anything about it publicly. I still don't want to yet, low key, as nice as it would be. But I'm working on a debut producer project where I'm handpicking artists to be on specific songs, and it's themed, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. It's gonna be some fucking gas. I'm gonna be dropping that shit.
Uh-huh.
New music videos for Crackfest 4 coming up Saturday, October 22nd, 12 p.m. PST, twitch.tv/Crackfest with a 3.
Oh yeah.
Working on that shit. Always working on shit. Look out for me on people's features. Follow me on Twitter. I'd be posting all my shit to Twitter. What I be doing. I don't be using Instagram that much. But follow me on Instagram. At
Hell
Lexik
yeah.
Shadowban on Twitter. At Lexik Music on Instagram. Not to self plug, but that's where you can catch me for my new shit that I be doing. I be sporadic as fuck. I be just
Hell
doing
yeah.
it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you for pulling up, man. This was a good conversation, man. I appreciate you for real, man. I can't wait to see what you're doing next, man. And like, I support y'all. I support Kill Me Lord, man. I support you and what you got going on, man. I see that you really like heavy into the music shit, dog. And like that you like, you're really into it, man. You really love this shit, man. So I really like, I fuck with what you got going on, man. I appreciate you for like, just setting aside the time to like, just pull up, man. I appreciate you, dog.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing for the community. I appreciate this interview. Great ass fucking questions. Those were fucking awesome. Really took me back there with my fucking childhood and shit.
Hell yeah, man. Man,
Great
this
talk.
is